Hey guys, what is going on? It is xckj here today, bringing to you guys the best champions for Voras Pact update. I'm so excited to bring to you guys this list. I think that this patch is just awesome. Hi-Rez has been doing so great with their balance updates lately. I am so happy with this update and with this patch. I love Vora. I think she's an awesome new flank. Super cool. I think they made her a little bit too strong out of the gates, but at least she's not in ranked yet, so we're not going to be including her in this list. Also, guys, another thing that I wanted to mention is that if you guys are playing a champion in ranked and having success with that champion, by all means, keep on playing that champion. These champions are just ones that if you're trying to learn new roles or just want a baseline on champions you might want to think about banning, might want to tell your teammates that they should try playing, maybe your duo partner, maybe yourself, anybody, this will help you just kind of figure out exactly what champions that you want to be playing. Very quickly before we do jump into the video, guys, I just wanted to let you know, if you're not already, and you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and sub to the channel. I appreciate it a ton, and it helps these videos go out to more people. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting out with the damages. Damage is a very map dependent role. So for instance, it would be easy for me to say, oh, Strix and Kinessa are the best damages hands down right now. You know, I could just come out and say that, which on some maps that is the case. For instance, if you're playing casuals, you know, and then you run into a map like you're playing Timbermill or something like that, of course Kinessa and Strix are going to be your best options, but this is just going to be across the board the best damages for you to play. We have Impulse Cassie. I love Impulse Cassie. I think that is so good right now. The extra damage and the decrease in the cooldown for the blast shot is just so good. She does so much burst damage. So your combo is just going to be hitting them with a left click and then hitting them with a left click and the blast shot, or hitting them with left click and blast shot at the same time. You just have so much burst. You're just going to be deleting people. I love it so much. I used to be playing big game Cassie a lot. I'm not playing it so much anymore. After the nerf a couple patches ago, it just really is not worth it in my opinion. Cassie's ult is also super, it's really good for starting out point fights and all that kind of stuff. It's super useful for your team. That's the word I was thinking of there. So anyway, that is why I'm putting Cassie first on the list for the best damages. Next on the list, we have Bomb King. You can really be playing whatever talent that you really feel like playing for Bomb King. For me personally, I like playing Royal Subjects. It makes it a little bit easier for me to make sure to hit my bombs. But basically, same reason why Cassie's good. He has a lot of burst damage, and I also recently realized he kind of gets around Cauterize in a lot of ways. So I'm explaining that as in, like, let's say for instance you're early on and most Bomb King players will just, like, you know, stack a bomb, blow it up, stack a bomb, blow it up. But if you stack like 3 bombs at once and blow them up all at the same time, you'll just instant kill somebody. So maybe you want to play chain reaction, who knows. But if you are playing that way or something, it kind of gets around the whole need of Cauterize, because they're just going to get one shot and just completely killed right there. And, you know, even if they get away and you only were able to tag them with 2 bombs, you could still explode the bombs and just kill them that way. Although I don't suggest to be playing BK that way. Usually, you know, you're just chucking the bombs, blowing them up once they get next to them. But that was something random that popped into my head the other day while I was playing with a BK on my team. I was like, oh shoot, he kind of gets around Cauterize in a weird way. So that is why I'm putting him second on my list. Also, BK's ult. Oh my gosh, guys. BK's ult is a game changer. You can go in with an ult and completely change a 3v5 situation. If 2 of the people on your team have died, but you still have a BK ult, you can easily change that into an advantageous position for your team. Just being able to pop your ult and stun so many people at once, and even getting an instant kill on a lot of flanks, damages, and healers. You're not going to instant kill a tank, but his ult is just a game changer. For the third damage on the list, I did put Strix. I just think Strix is super good. You're going to be like, I did not put Victor and Vivian on the list because they recently received nerfs, and honestly, I'm just tired of seeing them. I feel like a lot of people are tired of seeing them. I do really think that these nerfs have killed Victor, at least as far as burst fire Victor. I don't know. I could be wrong. He just seems that every patch he keeps on getting hit again and again, and I really hope that this is a patch that does it in for him. I think that it will be. Vivian, I think, is still a viable champion for you to play, but uh, anyway, we're talking about Strix right now. So back on to talking about Strix again is on this list just because of the amount of burst damage that he is able to deal. 1200 damage per shot is a lot of damage. The fact that he's a hit scan sniper, it's kind of hard to miss your shots. I understand that some people, you know, if your aim isn't the greatest, maybe Strix isn't the champion for you. If you're not able to hit those shots, he's not gonna be great. But just being able to hit 2 shots on a lot of champions is going to kill them with Strix. When you think about that and you realize, wow, he does a lot of damage. And so with that in mind, definitely we're going to be looking at the Strix hitting headshots. Oh my gosh, Strix is just a really great pick right now. But all you need to do in order to play Strix also is understand how to position well in the backline so that way you can't get flanked, and then just hit shots from there. That's literally all you need to do. He has not much of a skill ceiling whatsoever. But moving on to the flanks, first on the list, we are going to have Xin. Guillotine Xin is without a doubt his best talent right now. If you're playing Yomi Xin, just why, dude? Why? They pretty much work Yomi into his base kit already anyway, so there's no reason to be playing it anymore. If you're playing Guillotine, you can get faster ults, you're just going to be able to lock on to a tank. You can instant kill a tank. That is insane. You could just pick a point tank and just say you're dead, or you could pick a healer, an off tank, anybody. Plus with the fast ult charge, Xin is just awesome right now just because of his ult. Like, literally just stay alive, farm up until you get your ult, and then go for a heavy flank. That's literally what you do when you play Xin. So I think that Xin right now is awesome. Don't get stuck in the habit though of just sitting, just shooting tanks and doing nothing. I've seen a lot of Xin players kind of just, they're doing nothing for a lot of the game, so you can be very, very influential while playing him. Moving on to the next flank, even though Androxus did get nerfs, I still think that Androxus is going to be very, very oppressive in this patch. I think that you're going to see a lot of success on him, but again, he kind of falls into the same problem as Strix, where if your aim isn't the greatest, I would suggest not to play him, just because you really, if you're not hitting your shots, you're going to get bursted down. He doesn't have all that much health, so you just pretty much get into the backline, deal your damage, get on out. But again, hitting headshots and just hitting headshots in general is what is going to make him so good. Being able to learn how to use reversal well is going to help a lot. And with that being said, Curse Cylinder is the talent that you are going to be playing. Sorry, I don't think I mentioned that before. And for the last flank on the list, honestly, I really don't feel like when I was making the damage list, I had a hard time picking because I thought, wow, there are so many good damages out there. When I was looking at the flank list, I was thinking, okay, we got Xin, we got Andro. Vora's not going to be on the list because she's not in ranked yet. So who else do we have? Not a whole lot of anything, to be completely honest. I mean, Talus is okay. Eevee is okay. Maeve is okay. I know you Eevee and Maeve one tricks are going to be like tilted by this, but I really don't think that there's a third flank that's going to be like super, super oppressive that I'm feeling like, man, this is a pick that if you don't pick this, you're missing out on something. Maybe Buck? I honestly am not sure though. Maybe Buck, but anyway, moving on to the best point tanks. First on the list, we have Terminus. Siphon Terminus is still amazing, guys. Do not sleep on Siphon Terminus. With the recent Inara nerfs, Terminus has taken the spot of #1 tank. And the only reason why he's #1 is because he is a direct counter to who I believe right now is the second best point tank, who is Barrack. Barrack is going to be so good this patch with all the sustain that he has, and with all of these super bursty damage champions and flank champions. Barrack is going to have that sustain, and he's just going to be able to kind of hang out for a little bit, get that sustain, and while they're just dealing the burst damage, he's going to be max health by the time they can deal burst damage again. I think Barrack is going to be really good, especially with his shields, just being able to take a portion of the map, throw up his shields, put down his turrets, set up, but you're going to have to watch out for that term pick while playing Barrack, because term with Bulldozer is just going to absolutely shut down Barrack. Now, Inara is still on the list for the third best point tanks. This has been the 3 point tanks that we've been seeing for, what, years now. I don't remember a meta where it wasn't Terminus, Barrack, and Inara as the best point tanks. They're really the only viable point tanks in the game, I feel like. So Hi-Rez, please, 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 we need a new point tank. They tried to give us Rom as a point tank, and then he just got played as an off tank because he's a beast off tank. We have Atlas, who can kind of be played as a point tank, but come on, he's much better at off tank. There's just... we have, like, Big Shield Fernando, I guess. Like, right now we're just stuck in this weird time where we just only have 3 point tanks, and then they nerfed Inara, but I still think Inara feels great. Don't worry about it at all. We're still going to be playing pretty much the same build. I think Mother's Grace is the way to go, although I am going to be messing around with some wall Inara builds since they reduce the internal cooldown of that one card. I can't think of what it's called right now that gives you the extra 750 health every time you use it. They reduce the cooldown of it from 10 to 5 seconds, so who knows? Maybe we're going to be playing the wall Inara build now. Moving on to the best off tanks, guys. You already know this is my realm right here. Best off tank of this split 100% is going to be Ashe. She was the best off tank last split. She's going to be the best off tank this split as well. You're going to be playing the health regen build and playing battering ram. She is just, you just can't kill her. You just can't kill her. She's the best flank in the game. What can I say, boys? Best flank in the game. You're just going to get into that back line, deal the damage. You're going to knock around players. She has so much CC, and she's just great. What else can I say? You're gonna be top damage every game if you get good with her. Her ult is game changing, and she just feels really, really great to play, and she hasn't gotten touched in so long. So you know what? Ashe is number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list is going to be somebody who I don't know when the last time I included him on the list was, but we are going to have Atlas on the list. His ability to rewind players and just really control the game in a way. His ult is very, very good if used correctly. His rewind is very good. I mean, he has a Makoa ult built into his base kit, which is just insane. I just think right now Atlas is a really good off tank. I think he can really control the off lanes really well, keep the flanks at bay, protect your healer. I think he does things that off tanks need to do very, very well. Third on the list, we have Rom. I put Rom on the list simply because OP ult, and he can just get into the backline, deal damage, get out. He's a killer. He's a chaser. He is a very, very good oppressive off tank, and right now I feel like off tanks that are good right now are the very oppressive ones. So for instance, Ashe, Ruckus, Rom, Makoa, any off tank that's going to be pushing into the backline is the way to go right now. I feel like Khan is in this weird spot in this current meta where he doesn't do anything. He kind of just sits in the backline, deals damage, gets his ult, chucks people off the map, and whereas that is really good, I feel like he's missing that ability to get into the backline and pick up the slack of what your team's flank is not able to do. So let's say, for instance, the flank just keeps on getting shut down by the damage and the healer just coming together, and they're able to kill the flank. Khan just, even though he can help, he just doesn't have that push ability because he can't move. He's got his dash, and that's it. That's the only movement ability he has. So anyway, I'm just feeling like oppressive off tanks are really good right now. So that is why I have Ashe, Atlas, and Rom as the 3 best off tanks for this meta right now. Moving on to the end of the list, the best healers. So, number 1 on the list, I have Furia. I put Furia on the list because she has got great crowd control. Her pillar is just super good, able to stun people. Oh, by the way, this is a Cherish Furia build. So, you're just going to be able to hit those heals, and they just feel so good from Furia. Being able to, like, instantly put somebody back to full health, unless they really have caught 3 on them. It just feels really great. She has good CC. She has an amazing ult that allows your team to push. I think that right now she is the best healer in the current meta right now. Second on the list, we have Io. Io is great. She's got a tank built into her kit. She has amazing heals. She has movement speed built into her kit. Movement speed for other players, that is. She is able to have, she has stun. Her ult is decent. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's really great for countering flanks. I just think IO right now is just in a really, really strong spot. So, yeah, I mean, not much else to say there about IO. I just am really enjoying her, and I think a lot of players are, and I think that she wins a lot of the games that I see her in. A lot of the times when I see an IO on the other team, it definitely is a more difficult game because Luna is OP. Moving on to the last champion on the list, we are going to have Corvus. I put Corvus on this list, even though he got the nerfs and all this kind of stuff. I still think Corvus last patch was S tier. He was 100% of the games that he was in either ban or he's going to win the game that he is in. I feel like he is no longer at that point, but I think he is still really, really good. His ult has gotten, I mean, his ult is great. He is still he's still able to heal for a ton of healing, even better than he was healing before, I'm pretty sure now. And I just think Corvus is still in a really great spot. Some honorable mentions, I think that Grover, Genos, Damba, all really, really great picks. So if you've been playing them, keep on keeping up with them, because I personally, Grover is my favorite healer to be playing right now. However, I just don't think that he is like the #1 top tier healer. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this list. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and sub. I appreciate it so much. And again, if you guys are playing something and you're vibing with it, you're winning with it, keep with it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.